it was in a situation where nobody would have lived there.
Yeah,
right? The kitchen wasn't here, nothing was here, it was dilapidated, it wasn't really nice. So basically, you talk them out of buying the house for you to be able to buy it. Boom, I love that. I'm telling you, like, what? Money's not coming here, Rahim.
Money's not coming, I'm always spending.
Hey guys, welcome to Property Investment Blueprint, and today I'm with Yen. We visited Yen about a couple of months ago or so. We were doing this amazing project, so obviously we came back to check on and see how we're getting on. So it looks like it's a massive surprise here. You've done absolutely amazing, by the way. I'm going to give it to that. So I'd like us to walk us back. What was the condition of the property? But before the condition of the property, what attracted us to this location? And what was the condition of the property? And what we then said we're going to do here and what we've kind of done. But let's start first. What attracted you to this amazing location?
Yeah, no, thank you, Rahim, and thank you for the guidance throughout. Yeah, actually, it's been an eye-opener, I have to say. Yeah, the location is pretty, the reason why I went for this property is actually because the location is good. The location is good in the sense that it's very close to the train station. And then you also have a lot of factory here. Many people might not have heard of Crew, but there are quite many factories here. And apart from those factories, there are also people, Gen Z, who actually use Crew as a go-between London and Manchester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because getting a train ticket from Crew to London is cheaper.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you actually like buy, if you're thinking that, well, should I live in Manchester or should I live in London? And then you're thinking, well, the rent in London is really high, and then in Manchester it's also a little bit high. Then you are midway will be Crew, to come to Crew. Because although the rent is high here, but it's not as high as those major cities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, it makes sense. So that's our attraction. Basically, we have professionals here, we have factories, and it's in between Manchester and London.
That's
so
correct.
Perfect location, and obviously the train ticket, it's also cheaper. So fantastic. So I like it, very close to the train station, by the way. I love that. So what was the condition of this property when we bought it?
Yeah, the property was actually pretty run down, and there were some kind of very funny woods, kind of wooden things that they pass around, and I wasn't sure actually. You know, when there was the time that you asked me when I just bought the property on auction, then you asked me whether it was brick and mortar. I answered, but that was reluctant. I reluctantly answered because I thought, oh, I've seen this wood lining that they have just passed by, so it might be kind of a different type of the construction. It might be different construction from the typical one. But actually, the wood lining that they had, it was just kind of decoration of the age. Because I think the property was like in the 70s, 80s. They used to have this wood that they passed everywhere.
Yeah, so, you're talking about Coving, basically. It had Coving, and it got Dido roll everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And it was literally a dilapidated house. And basically, it was in a situation where nobody would have lived there. Yeah, right? The kitchen wasn't here, nothing was here, it was dilapidated, it wasn't really nice.
Yeah.
And then you saw the property, it was an eyesore. Yeah. And then we had an issue about the road as well. It's like, how are we going to do this? This road is owned by everybody, so all that something. But we were able to overcome that. And obviously we bought the property. So what did we bought the property at? What did we bought it as? And also what did we do then to add the value?
Yeah, so in the property, we actually I bought it at the auction at it was 95,000 to be very precise. But then the other extra fee, I always put it at the back of my mind that I bought the property for 115,000.
That's why I was a bit confused when it said 115,000. This one, I'm thinking, okay,
because there was this.
Legal costs, transaction costs, and all that.
All those,
so we bought the property for £95,000.
Yeah.
Plus the added £10,000 there was the legal costs, transaction costs, stamp duty, and all that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, good.
Yeah,
so when we bought it, what property? How many bedroom was it, and what was it?
Yeah, no, it was a semi-detached and 3-bedroom. Yeah, and some of the bedroom actually looking pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just change it. We've changed it into a 4-bedroom HMO, all and
Okay, so basically what we've done here, we bought a dead, dilapidated house, okay, which was a 3-bedroom semi-detached house. We then converted that property from a 3-bedroom into 4-bedroom. In essence, we changed it from a C3 into C3, C4 rather, and then this then becomes a HMO.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done here. But walk us through then. Obviously, we're in the kitchen. The kitchen looks beautiful.
Yeah,
right? I love the kitchen. You've got all these soft closures thing.
Yeah.
This close is really soft. So what was here? What was this? What was the kitchen dining area? What was this like?
Yeah, this was where we are sitting. Actually, was a dining. Was kind of the second living room, I would say. Yeah, and then the kitchen was this one. Over there.
Oh, where the circulation is?
Yeah, where the circulation.
Really?
I mean, there was no kitchen there because everything
was gone.
empty.
So that's where the kitchen were meant to be.
It was meant to be. Because I saw that, okay, they might have been a kitchen here, they might have been the tap connected here. Yeah, so that's how the property. And then there was a door, a folding door here.
Yeah, okay. Folding door here, okay.
Yeah, which actually made the property to look very weird. I remember coming to view the property with a couple of guys because it was an open viewing. And when I entered here, there was these 2 guys, bearded guy here viewing. Oh, I haven't seen this type of property before. I said, it's terrible. Yeah, this is not a very nice property.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to spend a fortune here to turn this around. Yeah, and they said, wow, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I said, well, I'm not going closer to this property. Yeah, so I would just go me back.
So basically, you talk them out of buying the house for you to be able to buy it. Boom! I love that. That's what you call implementation. So I love you done that.
Yeah.
So obviously then we leave that to be the sitting room, and then these then become a nice kitchen area. That's going to be kitchen dining area. So this is going to be sitting dining area.
Sitting dining.
Obviously we've got this here.
Yeah.
And then on that side,
I
think we've done something unique on that side before we go to the back side.
Yeah.
So what have we decided to do in this little area here?
Yeah, the little area, you have bedroom 4 there.
Yeah. But before the bedroom 4,
before the bedroom,
what do we want to do?
Yeah, there's a small space. There's a small space there that the people renting bedroom 4 will just rent with that to them. So that's an addition to them. So it will add us couple of hundreds.
So basically, what we're saying here is anybody who rents the bedroom at the back, you have something like a little sitting area for themselves.
Exactly, yeah.
So beautiful, beautiful. I love that. So now, that area there, correct me if I'm wrong, was an extension, right?
Yes.
So what did we do then to take it from an extension to what it is now?
What we literally did is that we broke down the wall. Because part of that area was actually a utility room. Okay. Yeah, so we kind of took down the wall that was there, and then we added a space. We removed the door and changed the door. Yeah, to bring the door a bit inside. Yeah, to make it a larger room and make it with a larger ensuite. So
basically, we took a utility room.
Yeah.
And an extension. We combine that together. Yeah. And make it a massive ensuite room.
Ensuite room. Yeah.
Boom. So, beautiful. So that's what you call adding value, basically.
Exactly. You added value.
So you have added value to that. You've taken a dead place.
Yeah.
Maximize the space. That's my favorite room, by the way.
Yeah,
I remember I told you.
Yeah. When you came in the first time, you said this is my
that's gonna be. I told you that's gonna be an amazing bedroom.
Yeah.
And I like the bathroom. It looks very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
And obviously, then we done that, and then we were going in upstairs. Talk me through about upstairs. What did we do upstairs? Because obviously we've transformed upstairs. So talk me through that.
Yeah, the upstairs. Now upstairs had like the 3-bedroom upstairs.
Yes.
And then there was also a very massive bathroom, family bathroom there, upstairs there. So literally what we've done with the 2 rooms is that we've actually divided the bathroom into 2. So they form now the 2 ensuite for the 2 rooms there. Okay. So we've broken down the wall there. Yeah, and then basically just adding value there. And then the larger family.
So let me talk about that bit, because that bit is very important, right?
Yeah.
So basically it was 2 room and 1 massive bathroom.
Yes.
So the size of the rooms would not have fit an ensuite in it.
Yes, the size of the room.
So what we did basically, because the bathroom is big, we split the bathroom into the middle, right? So that bedroom, the back bedroom, had a share of that bathroom, and then the middle bedroom also had a share of that bathroom. And obviously we need a bit of space in each bedroom to get it to become an ensuite rooms, and then it become massive ensuite rooms. That is amazing, bro. That is amazing. That is what you call thinking outside of the box, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we utilize that space. So that gives us 2 ensuite double bedrooms as well. The bathrooms are massive on top of that as well. Look how big those bathrooms are. I'm thinking, what? Right, so it's a beautiful one. So that's then what we've done there. And then moving into the front of the property, which is my second favorite place.
The front.
So what did we do there?
Yeah, the front bedroom, because actually the bedroom there was big, was large enough actually. So we actually removed the chimney. There, because we removed the chimney
there was
down.
a chimney. I remember now.
Yeah, so and then there's a massive, actually 2 beams in there to make it stronger there. So we put 2 beams there and then created enough space, because the chimney, where the chimney was sitting, the chimney stack was sitting, really took a lot of space. So we've done that, and then now we were able now to add an ensuite.
So what we did, we took the chimney out, because I'm trying to recall. And we took the chimney out. We had two steel beams.
Two steel beams
to support the upper part of the building.
Exactly.
We opened that up. That then gives us a bit of space also to create the ensuite we've got there.
Exactly.
Whoa, beautiful. So, and then that then takes us to having 4 bedrooms.
4 bedroom now.
Right. So obviously then now we've got 4 bedrooms, and they're all ensuite bedrooms, which is absolutely amazing. So what I'd like us now to talk about is the renovation works, because that's where the actual work happens, isn't it? So walk me through first about getting the builder, because I was told the builder that we were about to get, before we had the one we had, messed up something to do with someone that they work with. So walk us through about how you're able to get a builder. So how did that work?
No, with the builder, because there was a guy that that I wanted to get. Actually, 2 people. And one was actually a neighbor here, who was doing a project here. So I saw him say, "Oh yeah, I would want to do it for you." And then I asked for a quotation. He gave his quotation. And then there was also a different guy in Birmingham. So he came here to see the property. He came and saw the property. But then I asked him if there was anything that he could show me, to show as an example of a property that he's done, or something that he's that was ongoing, that I could get a bit of assurances that, okay, I'm handing over my property to you with confidence. Reviews and
showing what is done before.
So he said, oh well, no, I haven't had, I have done some property, but at the moment I don't have any ongoing, because I wanted to see an ongoing, because I didn't want him to go and show somebody property to me that is his own. So and then I spoke to you, and then you say, oh well, this my builders there, I can give you one of the builders. I say, wow. I say, okay. I said, I got all the quotes, and then you gave me the builder. Gave me Abdul. That I started working with him, which was amazing. I mean, there have been some challenges, but
so we're going to talk about those challenges as well, because I love to talk about them. Oh, sorry for interrupting this video. I just wanted to draw your attention to a guide I've just created. This guide is for you if you're looking to start and scale in property investment, and you've got questions that you want to ask in order to start your property investment. This guide is the ultimate guide to start and scale in property investment journey. I talk about the different type of investment strategies. I also discuss the 11 ways you can raise finance to make any property no money down deals, and the type of properties to buy in order to generate a serious return in your investment. And I'm giving this book away for completely free of charge, no string attached, nothing, absolutely free. Click the link on the description of this video to get your free guide now. We've only got a limited number of these copies available as well, so click the link to get your guide now. Let's get back to our video. So basically you had builders, and those builders, you're not 100% with them, you're not confident with them, they could not show you what they've done.
They couldn't show me,
And then obviously I then said, look, why not use one of the builders I have used before? And then apparently I was told that that builder that you're about to use literally ruin that project that he was doing. And
because you ruined these guys here. They were coming the back here. They came here and met Abdul, and was complaining when I was not there. And then, I understood that the builder there, he abandoned the project.
Yeah, he abandoned it. He literally broke off.
Yeah,
so it's good we did not use him.
Yeah, it's good that we didn't use him.
Imagine that. You know? And again, sometimes also, it's what you've done there. Show me what you've done. Show me your review. And sometimes also, cheap is not always best.
Yeah.
If you go for the cheapest one, you get what you've paid for.
Yeah.
But we were able, obviously, to convince the builder that did this building to kind of match that. But thankfully, we used our instinct and did not go ahead with him, because otherwise he would have messed us up. Again, that's one of the things people need to understand, that you got to go with your instinct. And if someone cannot provide you a review, if they cannot show you where they're working at, and you have never seen what they've done, that's a sign to say probably this is not the best person
this is not the place to go.
To use. Again, if having someone to work with, mentor you, guide you also helps, because when he needed that help, I said, look, go look for your builders, get a quotation. I'll get my builder, see if he'll be able to do it matching those quotations, which really helps.
Yeah, exactly. So and I really have to thank you for that, because I think if not of you, recommending this builder to me, I don't think the guy could have finished. And when you're doing like a property business, time is of the essence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have time to mess around. You just not really need to get on with the job and then do it, and then afterward now you can go and refinance. The project.
You got to be quicker, because bridging loan is very expensive.
Bridging loan,
very expensive.
Because every month. Then it's like you're paying in.
You're looking at account going down.
You're looking at account. The account is going. And don't tell me about.
Right, I'm telling you, like, what? Money's not coming here, Rahim.
Money's not coming. I'm only spending, but my account is like going.
But now it's going to be coming in. Absolutely amazing. So obviously we then got the builder. He came and surveyed the property. We were able to knock him down to the price we wanted him to do the work at. And then now talking about buying the materials and all that. So how were you able to overcome that? So what did you do to ensure we've got the materials as and when our builders need it?
Yeah, so with the builder, when we started, I think I told him that, well, if you tell me a week in advance what you need, I will always provide everything, and they will make them to supply that. And then that was what was happening. Of course, until toward the finishing, when sometime I'll get a message, I need this, but I need this now. And then I'll just order and said, okay, if I order delivery, it will take long. So for that reason, you have to go and pick it up. So I'll order in the shop, and then they'll pick it up. And the different shops that we discussed about, and then the shop that you recommended, which we could, and then they will just go and pick them, because those shops I have an account with them. I have a credit account with them. So if I couldn't do it online, I would tell him, go and pick it from this, and tell them to put it in my account.
Fantastic.
And then they'll put it in my account, then just send me an email that, okay, thank you for your order, and then I will know that at least you've taken this from there.
Brilliant. I love that. So basically, you have to have your account. You have to be spontaneous. Because sometimes they might not know what they need immediately. But having a flexible builder also helps, because some builders will not do it. They'll just say, I want you get my materials, I'll do it. But it's good that you were working with him in a way that he was able to do that. Beautiful. I love that. And then what sort of challenges we have with the property itself before we come to the builder? Because obviously when we started the work, something else happened along the way, which kind of hit our renovation cost a bit hard.
I think, which is something in property business. When you start, what do you think? You'll be lucky that at the end is actually what happens. Because when we started, everything was going well, excuse me, until now. We started, we're in the middle now, and middle of the project, and then now we're doing the connections, the plumbing, and so on. And then we realized that, in fact, the water pressure, the pipe connecting into the house was pretty small, 15 mil. And then, assuming that for the 4 tenants or 6 tenants, whichever way we may have, that they'll be using the 4 bathrooms at the same time, then the pressure will be terribly low. So now we needed the plumber said, well, this cannot work. We need to just increase that. And there were two options. One option was to wait for United Utility to give their quotation. I mean, that would have been, I reckon, because in the end they came back to me with a bill that it would have been slightly cheaper if we had gone with them. But they would have taken like almost about 6 months to come back to fit it, to change it. Yeah. And I just said, well, it's expensive, the alternative, but I think it's the best way to do it. So basically, what the alternative that the plumber recommended was that we should get a tank. So we got 2 tanks, one cold, one warm tank, to make the pressure now fine. So the pressure in the house, in the building, you can put the whole showers all together at once, and then you still have the same pressure. Yeah, because you put a very modern tank there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then the other one obviously was, I was not expecting to change the boiler. Yeah, and when the plumber came, he literally just said, well, this boiler is weak. You can't. I mean, you cannot use it in this house because of the house of this magnitude. You have to change it. So I had to get a new boiler. So that's what actually made the cost to go a bit higher.
Good. So I'm going to touch on that a bit. So, because I want you to see the picture of what you've done there, because sometimes maybe we've done it subconsciously. So obviously we had United Utilities to come around and give us a quotation to add in a bigger feed of water into the property, and the quotation did not come earlier.
Yeah, it
came earlier, but also even when it came round, it would have taken us 3 to 6 months to get that done. Which is a time we don't have. Right. So obviously we then went to having the tanks and the cylinders to have enough pressure into the property. Which is cost that we've not factored in because we thought it was all nice and good. Right. So I know you said it's doing what we did is a bit expensive, but I'd like you to look at it this way. So if we were to wait. Right. One, we've got bridging loan. That we're paying every single month. Right. That would have been literally lots of money for us. Secondly, the opportunity cost. Meaning we could not have been able to finish this or rent it. Okay. But also, it gets us to finish the property quicker. So we can remortgage and pull our money out. So in essence, in real term, it saves us money.
It saves money
in
also.
Real term. But at the shorter term, like while you looked at it, yes, it was a bit expensive, but the time it would have taken us and the interest we could have paid, but also having the property also vacant, not making money, is kind of...
And the other thing is, of course, because you do that and then the builder is there waiting, and then the builder would go and take another job.
And then to bring him back?
To bring him back. So that's it.
I see where you're coming from. Again, this is what I talk about contingency. Right, you got to have contingency. Right? Property investment, you're never gonna go exact on your budget. Either low or you got to go high, most likely a bit higher. So it's good we've got that contingency, but the way he's done that, he's done it absolutely beautiful.
Right? He's done it
really well. So again, you got to factor that in. You know, you got to know that probably sometimes it won't go the way you plan it, but while looking at the end result is absolutely beautiful. So, looking ahead now for the builder itself, right? Obviously, we had a contract with the builder because I love my contract because that really protects you. What sort of challenges did we have with the builder?
The builder, he's an interesting character. Because
he's I like that word, interesting character.
Because you start in the beginning with him, going really well, because when we had the contract to pay in phases.
Weekly, actually.
And it was phases were really literally weekly.
With the weekly phases.
So he took the phase, and then afterward he came to the second phase, and then I was reading the contract. I came here to check. Basically, you haven't actually finished part of the first phase, and then you want the second phase already. And he said, but we cannot be we need to be flexible here, because if we are just getting too strict to the contract.
Not knowing he's talking to a doctor.
Exactly. I said, well, we have a contract here, and I ask you, because when we drew the contract, I told him that, look, this is a legal document. get a legal advice if you don't understand the contract before you sign it. Don't rush and sign it and send it to me. Get legal advice before you sign it. Yeah, because I don't want you to come back to tomorrow to say, well, I didn't understand this contract. But even with that, the builder in between, he said, no, I didn't read. I don't read. I needed a job. Yeah, so I just got it. Yeah. So no, but I understood him in the end, and then we just played that game because we kind of built a rapport. There were time of tension. But they were only because like last week when I came here to view, or was it even last week? It was last Friday. I just came to look around. And I just saw his face. He was like, I need my money. I need my money. I say, you get your money, don't worry. Yeah, the money is coming. Yeah, but just finish the job and so on. Yeah, but afterward, I just put in some money to him. I said, how much do you need? You need something, yeah? Okay, I chip in. Yeah, so £1,000.
So basically, what we're saying here, basically, you got to be strict. Okay, you got to be on the contract. Let the builders know you're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah.
Because, look, I don't want to stigmatize builders. Builders, they're always short of money. They always need money. So you got to be on your guards.
Yeah.
If not, they will be sucking you in. By the time you think about it, they've taken all their money and then they're out. They will abandon the project.
Yeah.
So it's very important of what you've done. We've got a contract. You're reminding him about the contract. Say, look, I'm doing a favor. I'll give you a bit of money. I like that strictness because I warn you from the advance. Builders literally have to be on it.
Yeah.
Don't release any funds until you know they've done what they're supposed to do. But obviously, you could be flexible.
Yeah.
So I like that. You've done that. Obviously, he ended up finishing off the project, and the project looks beautiful.
Yeah,
a bit of snags to do, but overall, it looks amazing.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, and I mean, talking about the builder, because I remember one thing you told me is that, okay, we got to be very strict, but also be fair.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when he asked me money, I would come and see, basically because I wanted him to understand that if you sign it, it means you are agreeing to that. Don't sign it and then come back and say, sorry, it was a mistake. So, but anyway, even with that, he was still like, okay, yeah, I understood that my eyes do not work. I didn't make my eyes not working. I had the eye problem.
I like that excuse, my eyes are not working.
Yeah, I said my eyes are not working. So I said, no, you're just making me to laugh. Yeah. So I didn't read everything. I said, okay. And I realized that he read because there was a time when we were talking about shed. And then he said, the contract say we should fix the shed. It didn't say that we have to install a new shed. Yeah, so
then you knew he read it, right?
I said, this guy. So you said you didn't read the contract. And he said, can you show me where the contract said we should we should install a new shed? And then basically it was we agree on an amount. I paid him for that.
Good.
Yeah.
I think the shed looks beautiful.
Yeah.
The garden also looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So so that was beautiful. So. Looking at from start, from when the builder walked in here to finish, how long did that take us roughly?
From start to finish, it took all together, it was normally supposed to be, I think, 6 weeks. It took about, if we're counting with today, then it's 10 weeks.
10 weeks. So we said it will take 6 weeks.
It will take 6 weeks, yeah.
6 weeks, and then it takes us 10 weeks. We know it's going to take us 2 months.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So under that, and maybe we're just 2 weeks out of that, which is beautiful.
And I think
I anticipate it to be 16 weeks, to be honest with you, to do a HMO property deal with this size, but we do it under 10 weeks, which is good. And what also drags us a little bit is the tank and the cylinders, right?
Yeah, it's the tank. Without the tank, if everything was smooth, I think we could have done it within the 6 weeks.
Within the 6 weeks.
So,
Okay.
yeah, within 6 or maximum 7 weeks. Yeah, actually, yeah. And I think maybe we even say 10 weeks is even a stretch. It could be 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we started doing that in March. Yeah.
Yeah, April, May, and we're in the 1st of June. So literally 2 months.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I think.
I think we've done it. If it wasn't that delayed,
it wasn't that delayed.
We could have smashed it because he was here literally almost every day.
Oh no, I think people have done a project to me, building project to me, but I think I would say, despite all our challenges and
So yeah, thankfully then we have completed the project. Let's now talk about what we'd expect to have here, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the rental first, right? So we've done a bit of due diligence. We went for the worst case scenario, not including couple, nothing like that. Okay. So looking at that, then I'm going to ask you the question first. Actually, how much do you reckon we would be able to rent each bedroom here?
So each bedroom, actually, I've had a local estate agent coming here. Actually, about 2 of them. Yeah, one of them said we could rent 650. That she said that perhaps we could do it at 650. That was in the beginning.
In the beginning,
yeah. And then that we could rent one at 650, and then the other one as the smaller one. One small bedroom, the one that is relatively small at 600. Yeah, and then the other one came, because we agreed that she will come back. She just literally said it's 600 all. That we perhaps the other one we could put it at, the smaller one we could put it at 575.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, fine. So for me, my estimate, in always I go for worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
So what I've said, I said each of the other bedrooms, right, we will rent for £550. That is bare minimum.
Yeah.
That's bare minimum. So basically 550, yes, times 3, yes, plus I think we can rent that room for a minimum of 650. So I was saying £2,300.
Yeah.
Yes, times that by 12, that's 27,600.
Yeah. Actually,
right?
Yeah. That's
but if the estate agency came round and told you how much?
She said the first one 650.
650, yeah.
650, 650.
650, right?
Yes.
Okay, times that by
600.
Times that by 3. Yes. Times by 3. Okay, plus 1 is how much? What
600.
600. So basically, what they're saying, basically is you're going to be making £2,550 every single month.
Yeah.
Times that by 12, you're talking about £30,600.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Look at my Oga folding his hands, right? So you're talking about £30,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what this property is going to get us.
Yeah.
So now let's look at the end value, because this is where I want to know a bit more. So what do we reckon this property would come back at?
When I was coming here in the morning, I was thinking that this property will come back at 250. I was thinking so, that 250. But then understanding that the neighbor has just sold her own, which is a 3-bedroom. Of course, she has a very massive garden that behind, which is a little bit bigger than mine.
Slightly bigger than ours.
Slightly bigger than ours here. Then I'm already thinking that I could be on a 260 here.
Okay.
Or 260. Yeah.
So we bought the property for 115,000.
Yeah, let's do 115,000.
Yes. That's including all the cost, renovation, legal cost, all the 115,000.
Yes.
Okay. And then we've got a loan of £76,000.
Yes, we've got a loan of 76,000.
So the property is being revalued at £250,000.
250. Yeah.
So the bank will lend us. So the bank will lend us 75% of that amount.
Yeah.
That's 187,500.
That's it. That's
right?
Correct, yeah.
We're going to minus our 115,000.
Yeah.
Right? And we're now also going to minus.
Yeah.
Guess how much? The 76,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Which is the loan that they've borrowed us. That then takes us. We only buy this property for £3,500.
Yeah.
Literally, we recycle all our money out apart from 3,500. And this is worst case scenario, 250,000.
Yeah.
If you come back 260,000, you've recycled all your money plus more money in your pocket.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at it, right? Let's say it came back at 260.
Yeah.
Times that by 75.
Yeah.
That's 195,000.
Yeah.
Minus your 115,000.
Yeah.
Minus your 76,000. You would have recycled all your money out plus £4,000. So hey, it come at 260,000.
Yeah.
So beautiful, man. So you've bought a property, you've renovated it. we've added value to it. We've changed that use from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah.
We're going to be renting it for over £30,000
Yeah.
every single year.
Yeah.
Plus, we recycle all our money. Guess what? We're going to go back and do more.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. How does that feel?
Yeah. It feels good. It feels amazing.
Feel amazing, right?
Yeah.
You feel absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And for 2 months of work.
Yeah, for 2 months of work. That's amazing, actually. Yeah, because it was in February. I remember, because that's something that with the property, sometimes perseverance is always good. Because remember that time when we're looking at different property, and then we look at this one, we went on auction, and then bang, someone else bought it. And then it was like, no, I can't buy it for that price because. And then this one came up. Yeah, so it's. I mean, it feels nice. It feels nice that when you persevere on this thing, then
Yeah, basically because we looked at lots of properties.
Yeah, we looked at
and the thing about you were on it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, you are on it.
Yeah.
Looked at so many properties, we could not buy lots of them. But this one, we knew we're going to do something in it. So it's absolutely beautiful property. I love it. I love the area. I love the location. And so you've done amazing here. So
well, thank you.
For the people that are then contemplating about the hard work, what advice do you have for those people?
No, I would say that, I mean, at some point you feel like you are kind of not going anywhere. I mean, you don't feel like that. Even if you are doing a renovation, you feel like you're terribly poor. Well, that's how I feel now, but it will pay. Just persevere, I think you'll get there. You just need to have a goal and have that determination to go. If you go to one property and it doesn't succeed, move to another one. If someone else buys it, just go and look for. There's so many property out there. Yeah. So, but you need to have the time and the dedication to do that. Because if you don't have that time to spend, because you need to do also your math. Because if you don't do your calculation well, I mean, you go for property that actually you never.
Because some of the properties, that's the reason why we didn't buy it. We have our golden rules and we have our calcs, so it needs to add up before we buy it.
Yeah, it really needs to add up because I mean, as you said, I mean, you buy it with your head and not with your heart. Yeah. Because sometimes you go and fall in love with property. We are all human, but please take that out.
Absolutely. I love that.
Just buy with your head. Yeah.
Buy with your head, not with your heart. Yeah. That is my magic formula. So for the doctors out there, the lecturers that are thinking, oh, I'm very busy, I can't do this is not for me. What advice do you have for those people?
No, I would say that, I mean, if you want to get into property, I mean, get into property because like this, myself, I'm pretty busy. Now
at some point you went to Kuwait or where? Or Switzerland?
Where I went to Kuwait.
You went to Kuwait, right?
And I'm going back in 2 weeks.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going back in Kuwait. I was spent part of the summer there doing some work that I normally do for them that time. So literally this property, I'm going to offload it to an estate agent to manage it. Tomorrow morning, the estate agent is coming to do the final valuation because they came earlier and I said, okay, hold on with your valuation. I want the property to finish so that when you come to tell me something, I know that actually
this is the real thing.
Yeah, this is a real thing because this is the finished product. Yeah, so they will be coming tomorrow. To do the revaluation, and then we might just I don't know, depending on their percentages because I told them that it will depend finally on your percentage. Yeah. So, I come back to bar property.
You're gonna go back to bar property. Not gonna come back to you're going back to bar properties. I hope they're watching this video, right? You're gonna go to Yen, get him to manage the property on his behalf.
Yeah.
So beautiful that is going to happen. So looking at the people that think, so I can just jump on it. I don't need someone to guide me along the way. I don't need help. I can just get it done myself. So what advice you got for those people?
No, I mean, you need advice with these things. I mean, just look at what we've done today. Coming to check the bits and some of those things I didn't know. I mean, I've been doing this now. I've been on this for 2 months. I mean, some of the things I might have overlooked. So it's good to get someone who has the knowledge, who has done this many times. To actually like hold your hands and go along with you. I think get the knowledge, educate yourself. I think it's very, very important. I can't emphasize that enough. Because in property, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of unknown.
Yes.
I mean, you want to really be on top of it to be able to make it. So I think it's really, really important, and I have to thank you, for always being there.
Not a problem at all.
So,
Not a problem. So for the people that are contemplating about our programs, my mentorship programs, so what do you think is really unique about what I do with my investors, and what do you think? What would be your recommendation on that?
No, I think
not because I'm here.
Yeah, no,
pretend I'm not here.
No, I can say that. I mean, when I call some of the investors, I do tell them that without you don't actually need to be here for me to say that, because I'm kind of very straightforward person.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just because I think the one-to-one that you have sometimes when you hit a brick wall, and then literally give you a call, or this is our one-to-one meeting. I don't know if all the investors they do like me. You would know that all the people you are working with, them, the mentee. But I like to have a meeting every week with you, and that meeting every week has really been useful, really, really useful to me. So I would say that is really unique in having that. And then of course the fortnightly. I mean, we have two fortnightly. One is masterclass implementation, and then the Q&A. The Q&A is really, really important actually, because you come and then you see where some people are coming in, because you'll get ideas. I mean, when we are there, I sometimes see like we almost like 60, 70 people are watching from different parts of the world. I think those three things, the one-to-one, masterclass implementation, the Q&A, I think it's just amazing. It's really, really good, because, and I think it has really helped me. Sometimes I was always struggling with time, but I made sure that I just come on one of them. I think since I started, there are only like 2 that I have missed, and that time, those times I were airborne. I was traveling, so I couldn't attend them.
I love your commitment, man. I'm telling you now, the commitment is what gets you the result. You know, as I tell my investors, it's not just about the education part of it, but the implementation is very important, because if you don't implement, you don't get a result. But you do implement. You are on my neck, literally. And I really love that, and I tell that to my colleagues when I said I like people like Yen. You know, he wants to get it. You know, he really wants to get out of it, and he also appreciate every little thing someone did to you. So which is also amazing. So thank you for that. So what advice then do you have for people that are thinking, oh, my program or our program is not good for them?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where those people will be coming from. I wouldn't know why they would say it's not good for them, because of course some people always think, because I've met those type of people. I had a friend that we came here, and then I told him, oh, I was doing this program, and he said, oh, well, I know this, I know. I say, really, you don't know? Stop arguing. I don't want to, because we always, when we meet, we argue on the HMO. So, I mean, you might think that you know a lot of things on property, but I have to say you don't know. You don't know until you do it. When you get in there and then you learn and listen to what Rahim is saying, and then also listen to other investors. There are other investors there that the experience that they share is very important. It's something that you cannot monetize, actually, the experience that you get there to meet other people. I wouldn't see why people who want to be in property would not go into your program. Except, I mean, because you learn different strategy. There's so many strategies you can think property. I mean, some people offer some programs, but I think sometimes most of those people, sometimes they'll focus on one strategy. That strategy might not work with you because you've actually taken us through so many strategies. To me, it's not every strategy that, given the nature of my other job, that I can work with.
Correct.
This is the one that I've chosen.
And I think it's the best one for you.
It's the best one for me.
It's amazing.
So, I mean, some other strategy might work, but you learn all those strategies there.
So thank you so much for that. I think you've been amazing, and when it comes to implementation, you absolutely done it, and it's absolutely amazing as well. So I know we've done this now. We're going to be remortgaging it. We're going to be renting it. So what is our next?
The next one is
opportunity.
The next, because there's a property now waiting. The one in Wigan now. That's a big one. That one, it will be like, the anticipation is 7-bedroom HMO, all en suite. Yeah. So now we're just waiting for the council to come back. But once I think once we finish here, I think the next couple of weeks we'll just get people there to start doing the basics.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get the people there to start doing the ripping off everything, because we'll be back to brick there, and then changing the roof, because the roof needs to be changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then doing the garden there. Yeah, because
Fantastic.
the garden there is also in a mess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what we've done this property. We've already got one in the pipeline. We've
got one in
bought
the
that
pipeline.
already. It's going through planning. So after that, then we're jumping on that, convert that into 7 bedrooms. So look, bro, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
And
so
I really
much.
appreciate being here, looking at it, seeing the end product as well. So it is amazing. Sometimes get me a bit emotional as well, because looking at the journey is so like overwhelming. Like coming in here, seeing all this stuff. So you've been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so
I
much.
appreciate that.